Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Gotta give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, the Most High, the Heavenly Father. His Hebrew name is Yahweh, not Yahweh, not God, not Elohim, not Ahaya. It's Yahweh. His only begotten son name is Yahweh Shai in the Hebrew, not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ, not Serapis Christus, not Yeshaya. It's Yahweh Shai. So gotta give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah, Korash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well, who teach well, and a sincere salutation to all the Akim, pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four ends of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopeful elect. And shalom to the Akwaf, who are listening and learning, the few sisters who are listening and learning. I'm Isaiah from the GMS Orlando camp, coming at you another lesson in truth, facts, faith, and edification, another daily edification. The Lord's willing, this be edifying. And this is the hammer of the whole earth, man, is being broken asunder. Okay? The wicked kings of the earth is falling, man. Their kingdom is collapsing. And everything about their rulership, their empire, is coming to naught. Lord willing, this be edified.
Fascinating story, Igor. Thank you. So Russia is sending medical supplies to the United States. NATO is canceling its military exercises intended to show Russia who's boss. And we've also learned that the U.S. is offering to lift sanctions on Venezuela, although it comes with a caveat, by the way, that the Venezuelan president must offer to share his power with his opponent. But wait. We have just received another bulletin, which kind of changes the emphasis of how we were actually going to originally do this story, because as you can see, we were looking at all these signs that countries were starting to cooperate during this very difficult time. But the President of the United States has just literally thrown a wrench into this story. Breaking news, President Trump is now saying that Iran is planning a sneak attack on U.S. troops in Iraq.
Now, how these devils gonna say that they planning a sneak attack? You've been sneaking attacking every nation since you've been in the rulership. But the Iranians planning a sneak attack. Well, I guess you would know about sneaks. You came in on Gad and Reuben. You came in and rape, rob, murder, and pillage our people with sneak attacks, man. You devils. That the scriptures say in Psalms 55, in verse 20, and it reads, Psalms 55 and 20, he hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. You made a peace agreement with the North American Indians, man. He have broken his covenant, and then you break it, man. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawing swords. Hey, and as we all know, you can pull it up. This guy Cristobal Colon, so-called Christopher Columbus, said that he couldn't put his sword down for a short time against the Indians, man. Okay? He couldn't put his sword down no time, man. He had put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He had broken his covenant. Okay, and they to the point they were so humble, man. They made a peace agreement with you. They agreed to your peace agreement, man, and you break it, man. Why? Because you are the wicked, and you came with sneak tactics.
information and belief Iran or its proxies are planning a sneak attack on U.S. troops or assets. And if this happens, says the president, Iran will pay a very heavy price indeed. And he's making this very important global announcement on Twitter, by the way. All right, joining us now, former British MP and international analyst for us, George Galloway, who's good enough to join us. I guess, you know, it's funny, George. I had planned to start this conversation with you about something you and I have been talking about this week, and that is countries maybe growing closer together because of the coronavirus. But this bulletin just arrived from the President of the United States on something he tweeted. What sayeth you to this?
Well, I suspect that this is as inaccurate as previous pronouncements about Iran in the case of the assassination of the Iranian general, for example. The whole world now knows that that was based on absolutely false information. I'd be astounded if Iran, in the throes of the pandemic, fighting so hard into their population, would take any such risk. So I'm sorry that Donald Trump spoiled the atmosphere, which will...
And they do everything through lies, man. That's all they do is lie, man. This is Job. This is Job chapter 13 and 4. And it reads, that's what they do, man. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are all physicians and no value. This is what they do, man. They lie. And you know what? To tell a lie, you must know the truth, man. This is Psalms 119 and 69. It reads, the proud have forged a lie against me, but I will keep thy precepts with my whole heart. The proud have forged a lie against me. This is what they do, man. Okay? This is what they do. Psalms 58 and verse 3 reads, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born. Buzzword, speaking lies, man. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth their ears. That's what the word serpent is, man. Crafty, cunning, conniving, treacherous, trickery. Okay? They some crafty, cunning, conniving devils, man. One more. Ecclesiasticus 51 in verse 2. For thou art my defender, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, and helper, and have preserved my body from destruction of the intercontinental ballistic missiles, the lake of fire, right? Taking off of the microchip, pestilence, disease, famine, and from the snare of the slanderous tongue, and from the lips that forge lies, and has been my helper against my adversary. Who is the lips that forges lies? The wicked, man. Crafty, cunning, conniving, treacherous, trickery. These devils they are, man.
Was coming along, as you said, really very well. America is the worst hit country in the world now, and the whole world should come to the aid of America. And that's the international amity that you and I were looking forward to in our conversation just the other day. China, Cuba are all over Europe now. There are Chinese, Cuban, and Russian medical personnel, airplanes arriving, equipment, protective equipment, diagnostic equipment, and so on being unloaded. And previous enmities have been melting away. And
you got to read this, Psalm 109 and 2. For the mouth of the wicked and the mouth of the deceitful are open against me. They have spoken against me with a lying tongue. Just get this one more. Psalms 101 and verse 5. Whoso privily slandereth his neighbor, him will I cut off. Him that have a high look and a proud heart will not I suffer. And that's who? The wicked, not doings, the rulers of the earth, man.
A new possibility of amity was arriving and arising. And I very much hope that that will continue, because it's quite clear that no man is an island, no country is an island, even, and we geographically are an island. No one is safe from the passage in space and via droplets of a hideous weapon, which is nobody's weapon, but is killing indiscriminately and harming indiscriminately. Even politicians, royals, doesn't make any exception for how much of a VIP.
But politics is politics. And let me tell you something about politics in the United States, if you don't know this, George, and I think you do. It has a lot to do with money. And it has a lot to do with people who give money to campaigns. And one of the richest men in the world is Sheldon Adelson, the casino magnate. And I guarantee you that right now he is applauding this tweet by Donald Trump.
I'm sure that that's true. I continue to believe, not many of my fellow thinkers do, Donald Trump's best instincts are not bad instincts. As I listened to him there on your show, he sounded kind of like a big, bluff, naive American whose heart was in the right place. And if Donald Trump would be free to act, I think he'd act a lot better than he has been. He's surrounded by people, funders and lieutenants like Pompeo, for example, who is, I think, highly problematic in the US administration, always turning up the volume of aggro, as we call it, rather than turning it down. I believe that we have a situation where the Democratic side of politics in your country hates Russia, and the Republican side of politics in your country hates China, and none of that is doing anybody any good. So I hope that we'll go with Donald Trump's better instincts, that good angel on his shoulder, which says, people are surprising me, happily surprising me, with their openness, with their willingness to help us, and we embrace it, and we will reciprocate it implicitly. I think that that's the way forward, and this gives us a new opportunity. We can wipe the slate clean, after this is over. We can start afresh what went wrong in our societies, why they were so defenseless, such a highly predictable contagious disease. People have been making movies about contagions for a decade. Everyone knew that this kind of thing was possible and likely, maybe highly likely. Yet nobody took any steps in your country or in mine to prepare themselves to defend against it.
George Galloway, as usual, thank you so much. And
yeah, man, and that's what the devil do, man. Conniving devils, man. Hey, they been predictive programming for years, man. Cause this is what they do.
We are in a crisis, the like of which we have never seen in our lifetimes. Nothing like this has ever happened. Governments around the world have shut down entire countries. For what? Gerald Celente asks. They just started a new war. The war against the people. The crash of 2020 is worse than the Great Depression, Celente warns. The white show boys are destroying the global economy. We are going to see a real estate collapse the likes of...
Who is the white show boys? Them 13 head families, man.
Which we've never seen before. From top to bottom. This is a financial suicide. How are people going to pay their rents? How are they going to pay their bills? How are shopkeepers going to be able to pay their rents? This financial suicide will make more casualties than the virus ever will. Celente noted that there is something wrong with the reaction to this compared to flu, SARS, swine disease, etc.
Yeah, he said how they gonna pay their rent? Hey, well, hopefully the elect gonna be covered in that time, man. Okay? They gonna be covered, man. Which I always bring out, man. One of the favorite precepts I love, man. Psalm 68 and 19. Blessed be the Lord Yahweh, who daily loadeth us with benefits, even the power of our salvation, Salah. So blessed be the Lord Yahweh who daily load us with benefits, man. Okay? Who gives us our daily bread. Because a man should not live by bread alone, man, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah.
The social impact of the shutdowns will be worse than the actual medical issue. Mr. Salente's insight is valuable. Banks and governments created fiat debt. Fiat debt inflated the values of all investment assets, stocks, bonds, real estate, gold, etc. It was manageable up to a point, but after 2008, fiat debt proliferated. This is the start of the great implosion of fiat debt. This trickle-up bailout of the top is a scam for people on the top. Why is the government starting a depression? Ask yourselves. The market drop was going to happen eventually, no matter what. The entire system was artificially juiced and rigged. All that is happening now is they have an excuse so they don't have to take responsibility. What's going to make this a depression is politicians. Newsom and Cuomo outdoing each other with authoritarian economy-crushing orders, certain to be followed by Democrat mayors and governors nationwide. NYS Governor Cuomo, by declaring martial law, he is dipping his toe in the water to see how far he can push us and get away with it. He is a fearmonger globalist. He shut down New York City. Building now closed, no freight, packages, not even courier allowed. Every time we have a winter storm, he jumps in front of a camera and says things like this tornado snowstorm bomb so we can give money to weather climate change. Now he's out pushing the measles shot, then it's the China plague. It's all about what the alternative media has been saying for years. They want total control of their debt slaves. Control our movement, money, food, what we do for a living, everything.
And how they gonna do that? Through the RFID microchip, man, which is the mark of the beast. This is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not where, who is he? He covered the faces of the Israelites, okay, which is the chosen people of Yahweh. He covered the faces, okay. You got the 16th chapel with the finger of God touching the finger of Adam. They did that, put up images of themselves to be Jesus Christos, okay. So you got to understand the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. They the one that control the earth. They is the ones that shut the earth down, man. Everything is on standstill right now. Lockdown. Okay, Job 9:24 said the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. Now, this is Daniel chapter 4:17. Because it said the earth was given to the hand of the wicked. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. This is the work of Yahweh, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and set up over it the bases of men. Okay? When you go to Job chapter 30, it tell you who the bases of men are. Let's read it. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I will have disdain to sit with the dogs of my flock. Job said he wouldn't even set these devils around his dogs, because they're going to do what? A few things. They'll neuter the dog, which they love to do, or they're going to have bestiality with the dog, man, okay? Which is having sex with an animal, man. Or they might even eat the dog. Who knows, man? But Job said he wouldn't have sit with the dogs of his flock. When you read Proverbs 12:10, it says a righteous man regards the life of his beast. It said, yeah, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me. There is no profit when the wicked base men is over us, Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indian, and Haitians, in whom old age was perished for want and famine. They were solitary, fleeing in the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste. They were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief. Because what does John 10:10 say? A thief come not but to steal, to kill, and to destroy. And that's what they've been doing since they've been in the rulership, man. They've been destroying the earth. Which is going to lead me to Jeremiah 51:25, man. To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in the caves of the earth and in the rocks. Who is this? The caveman, the cave dwellers, the Caucasians. Among the bushes they braided, under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools, yeah, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. So you see, they are base men, viler than the earth. It's talking about who? It's talking about these cave dwellers, man. This is Psalms 75 and 8. It reads, Psalm 75 and 6. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. Like I say in Daniel 4 and 17. Right? He set the basis of men up. So it say, but power is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. The Lord did this. Okay? He put them in rulership. Why? Because that's how he worked, man. He's about balance. Their job was to destroy the earth in wickedness. Let's get this. Jeremiah 51 and 25. It reads, Behold, let's read 24. And I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea all the evil that they have done in Zion, in your sight, saith the Lord Yahweh. So the Lord is going to destroy the entire planet, or the wickedness of the planet, for your sake, for you Negro, Latino, Native American, West Indian, Haitian sake. He created the earth for your sakes. The heathen nations are nothing, man. They are nothing. They like spit on the ground to the Lord. So he said, I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldean all the evil that they have done in Zion. Zion is the monument of Yahweh, man. You Negro, Latino, Native Americans, West Indian, Haitians. All the evil that they have done in Zion in your sight, saith the Lord Yahweh. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain. What's the number one planet on earth that's destroying the world? North America. They control everything. Through what? Their policies, their legislations, their philosophies. Okay? Their doctrine, man. Their policies, their legislation, their philosophies. Their way of life, man. Okay? Their legislations. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith the Lord Yahweh, which destroyeth all the earth. Who's destroying the whole earth? The wicked, man. The one that Job 9:24, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. And I will stretch out my hand upon thee, and roll thee down from the rocks, and will make thee a burnt mountain. Let's get this. Revelation chapter 11 and 18. And all the nations pissed off with these devils too, man, if you don't know. Revelation 11:18. And the nations were angry. Why? Because they are destroying the earth. They're putting sanctions on everybody. Everybody got to follow their legislations, their philosophies, their policies. Okay, their democracy. Everybody got to follow the ways of North America, man. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, the elect, and to the saints, the elect, and them that fear thy name, the elect, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. This is a precept of Jeremiah 51:25. Who's destroying the earth? The wicked, the Idumeans, man. Okay? The Lord is going to destroy them, man. And it said, and the nations were angry. So therefore the nations is going to do what? Revelation 17 and 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore being North America, Babylon the Great, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. What fire? Them intercontinental ballistic missiles, man.
This virus shutdown is a cover-up for failed central bank policies. Destroy the economy and buy it all back at bargain prices. The largest transfer of wealth in history. Gerald Celente is correct. It's not Corona. It's all about control. They will never let a good crisis go to waste. This is a government test. They threw this out to see how the public would react. Yeah, this is worse than in 1929. The damage being done is going to be way worse than the virus, jobless, bankrupt, etc. This is not a mere reset. The asset bubbles were getting too big, which could cause the greatest depression the world has ever seen. This is possibly a controlled demolition to avoid an apocalypse. The Trump administration kept pumping the economy up with fake money. That was unsustainable. We all know what caused the Great Depression back in the 1930s. It was the banks pumping up the stock market with cheap money. Today it is on a massive scale. The peak of 2020 was far more overvalued than the peak of 1929. We haven't even brought the market back down to a normal historical price to sales. By any measurement, the stock market at 20k points is still massively overvalued. A return to the historical mean would take the Dow all the way to 10,700 as a fair value in a bull market. Mean reversion requires a drop well below the mean. Dow to 5,000 or less if the Fed is out of bullets. Then, a recovery to mean. The 2008 reversion to mean was truncated by Fed intervention. We are still paying the price for low-performing and bad actor companies that should have been wiped out back then.
This is let's get this. This is Ecclesiastes 34 and verse 4. And it reads, of an unclean thing, of an unclean thing, what can be cleansed? And from that thing which is false, what truth can come? Can't no truth come from these devils, man. They are the wicked of the earth, man. This is verse 7, Ecclesiastes 34 and 7. For dreams have deceived many, and they have failed that put their trust in them. What did 2/3 of Israel do? They trust in oppression. They trust in Egypt. They trust in Babylon the Great. From the dreams that's being pushed, the world is trusting in this, man. That it's going to get better. Okay, that masses, that putting face masks is going to help you. Okay, that getting the vaccine is going to help you. Ecclesiastes 34 and 7. For dreams have deceived many, and they have failed that put their trust in them. You trusting in the wicked, man. They will not save you. Okay? Let's read verse 4 again. Of an unclean thing, what can be cleansed? And from what thing which it said, and from that thing which is false, what truth can come? Can no truth come from wickedness, man? Man, listen, man. They are vessels of wrath fitted for destruction. This is Job 14 and 4. And it reads, who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one, man. Okay? Not one, man. They know this, so knowing that, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee, that has appointed his boundary he cannot pass. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one, man. Because they are the vessels of wrath fitted for destruction, man. Okay, let's get this. This is Jeremiah 13 and 23. And it reads, can an Ethiopian change his skin, or the leper his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to doing evil? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil. A person that was made to be wicked, they can't do righteousness, man. Okay? They can't do righteousness, man. This is Isaiah 26 and 10. That's why the Lord made this point clear, man. Isaiah 26 and 10. Let favor be showed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly. Israel, they are that living wicked, man, and will not behold the majesty of the Lord Yahweh. Isaiah 29 and 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say unto him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say unto him that framed it, he have none understanding? So can Esau tell Yahweh, you didn't make me? No, man. The Lord made them to be the wicked, man. When you read Romans the 9th chapter, man. Okay? Let's get this. Ecclesiastes 1 and 15. Straight to the point. That which is crooked cannot be made straight. And that which is wanting cannot be numbered, man. That which is crooked cannot be made straight, man. You cannot make these devils straight. They are the wicked of the earth, man. The earth was given to their hand, man. So they can do whatever they want to do because the Lord gave them rulership to do so, man. These devils are the wicked of the earth, man. And they will not do good. No time. Never, man. Let's get this one. This is Ecclesiastes 11 and 5. It reads, many kings have sit down upon the ground. Isaiah 47 and 1. And one that was never thought of had worn a crown. No one would have never thought that these devils were going to go and rule the ship, man. They was going to rule the earth, but they is. Why? Because the Lord say he giveth it to whomsoever he will and set up over it the bases of men. Again, many kings, Sirach 11 and 5, many kings have sit down upon the ground, and one that was never thought of have worn the crown. Hey, no one would have never thought, even his brothers, man, never thought that King David was going to wear the crown, man. Okay? Hey, look at Yahushua. His brothers never thought that their younger brother was the Messiah, man. You see?
I get the feeling the market is going to be shut down for a month soon. Advanced economies' central banks are running out of policy levers with low and zero interest rates. QE is done. Shutting down businesses and telling people not to work is what will cause horrific drawdowns like this. In 1929, a lot of people still had skills and knew how to be thrifty. Today, that's not the case. And supply chains are crazy long in comparison. The economy was a sham before the virus. It was going to implode anyway. They're using this virus so they don't have to do the blame.
Hey, these devils is slick, man. Okay? They smooth with it, man. They trickery, man. They crafted, they cunning, man. They conniving. Psalms 10 and 10. He croucheth and humble himself that the poor may fall by his strong ones. You see that? He croucheth and humble himself. Psalms 10 and 10. He croucheth and humble himself that the poor may fall by his strong ones, man. They are deceivers, man. Let's get the precept to that. The precept to that is Sirach 12 and 10. It reads, same thing. It say the same thing. Never trust thy enemies, for like as iron rusteth, so is the wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt see, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. You see that? Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And as Apostle Tahar went into about Rekah from GOCC, they let Edomites in their group. And what they try to do, they try to take over the whole group, man. Okay? And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. So, Sirach 12 and 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. Same thing as saying Psalms 10 and 10. Read again. He croucheth himself. It said he croucheth and humble himself that the poor may fall by his strong ones. And that's what they doing, man. But this is the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai that they got on these devils to perform this, man.
And oh, by the way, they have a great plan to save us. Digital currency, less freedom, and more centralized control.
What is that? The RFID microchip, man. The mark of the beast.
I didn't see this kind of panic over the millions of babies being murdered. It is all about government control. Governments are going to use COVID-19 as an excuse to finally usher in a cashless society, which will give governments way more control over the types of purchases that people make. Why would a government do this, you ask? Well, because they know the virus will not thin the herd as well as a massive depression, so they use the virus to cause a stampede that thins the herd as they trample each other running for the exit. Only 218 people have died from the corona in the United States, and it's called a pandemic. When the number of people who have died from seasonal influenza so far has now reached 20,000, including 136 influenza-associated deaths in children, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, reported as of February 29. There's your real pandemic. This is what happens when the media is controlled by a small handful of powerful people. They inflate and deflate the narratives to serve their agenda. The deep state is trying to wreck the economy. Period. Some people get it, but most people don't. You never let a serious crisis go to waste. And what I mean by that, it's an opportunity to do things you think you could not do before. Once said Rahm Emanuel, it is all by purpose to destroy the entire economy. Everything will go down, and after a reset, if we survive, this 1% can pick up everything and monopolize their power. This is about destroying the global economy. See, the banksters own all the assets. They don't need money. There was a white paper from the 60s that talked about collapsing the greenbacks. The new order that is being brought in is a technocratic one. No small business, no medium business. Only global corporations like Walmart, Amazon, etc. And AI to be in charge of the population. Hunger Games Society. Prince Charles at the World Economic Forum talked about a new type of economic system to fight climate change by 2030. Cryptocurrency will be ushered in. Cashless society. The mark of the beast is coming. Don't take it. Gerald Celente is a voice of reason in this fake mess. Welcome back to the Atlantis Report. Please take some time to subscribe to my backup channels. I do upload videos there too. You'll find the links in the description box. You will also find a PayPal link if you want to make a donation. Thank you. Congratulations, America. This market wanted to sell off so badly, and you're paying to keep it floating. And you're paying a lot. The money spent on keeping this propped while trillions are funneled to insiders so they can buy assets for pennies on the dollar dwarfs what you will see in any stimulus. Interestingly, no politicians are objecting to the Wall Street $10 trillion bailout.
Why would they? Isaiah 24:5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. Who? The wicked, the Idumeans, because they, the wicked, the Idumeans, because they have transgressed the laws of the Most High Yahweh, changed the ordinance of Yahweh, broken the everlasting covenant of Yahweh. Therefore have the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned and few men left. You see, they are the ones that's doing this, man. This is Isaiah 10:10. It reads, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Why are they prescribing it? As it tell you in Job 13:4, they are all forgers of lies. They are physicians of no value, man. See, verse 2 said to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless. When you go to what is that 2 Timothy, what it say? Women led away captive, right? They creep into houses and lead city women led away captive. Hey, that's why women trust in the government, because they able to get their masters and their bachelors and their associates. Men's too, 2/3 of Israel men too. Okay? But they're deceiving you, man. through philosophies. It say, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievances which they have prescribed. Why they prescribe? Because they are physicians of no value, man. Okay? This for them to help. They helping themselves, man. They don't care about us, man. It said to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people. This Yahweh speaking. That widows may be their prey. Women, silly women led away captive, man. Okay? That widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless. Hey, when you don't got nobody teaching you the truth, who's teaching you? The oppressor, man. Okay? That's why I said that they may rob the fatherless, man. When you don't got no true righteous leaders teaching you the truth, which we do. So Israel is turning back to the truth now. They turning back to the Heavenly Father Yahweh and His Son Yahweh Shai through our apostles and elders of Great Millstone and through their elders. Okay, all the way back to our bidding. So now the truth is going forth, man. It's springing through the earth. But these devils, let's get this. When you go to Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 12, what does it read? As for my people, children are their oppressors, to the wicked, the Idumeans, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee, call thee to err and destroy the ways of thy path. You see? They doing this, man. They destroying our people, man. And if you think a vaccine and a stimulus check going to help you, and tissue and food, you done lost your mind, man.
But stamping their feet over every other element. They planned on a massive up today, but it's not working out that way. If there were any justice in this world, we'd be well south of 18,000 right now. The ultimate grind to 10,000 is a matter of inevitability. Just wait till earnings reports hit. And as we continue to shovel trillions at this turgid mass of puss-filled fraud, we are at once tossing away our chance at vitality on the way back up. If there's going to be a way back up at all, this is the dollar's last hurrah. Anyone that has been paying even marginal attention for only the last 5 years should understand that. The virus will be the patsy for the collapse of the dollar. Americans will welcome the IMF's SDR when this takes its course. In a kindergarten, you could not get away with the fairy tale that some Chinese peasant ate a bat and crashed the global economy. Yet the masses buy the official narrative. Does that not make them dumber than 5-year-olds? This is an engineered crash because they could not maintain the everything bubble anymore and they launched a flu to use as cover. Is this not plain as day? The globalists did it. They hate Iran and they hate China for buddying up with Iran. Italy wants to leave the EU and that is why they are being corralled. So those are my thoughts. Western civilization is starting to look like global pockets of self-contained internment camps. In California, as life under big government shutters the livelihood of millions, they pretend to be virtuous heroes while still collecting salary on the taxpayer's dime. We should demand all levels of government, especially mayors, governors, Congress, and Senate, to forfeit their salary and share in the pain and suffering of the American people who pay these overcompensated rats. If we truly had a fearless and independent reporter pool, we would blow the wheels off this federal government psyop clown car. Trump would crack as it loots $60 trillion from the American Treasury, without one word by the American slaves who rather ask for martial law and the Constitution be destroyed.
Let me read one more precept. This is Psalms 94 and 20. And it reads, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? Hey, their policies, their legislation, their democracy, their philosophies, okay? Their laws, man, their penal codes. This is how they rule the earth, man. Okay? They frame mischief through laws, by law, man. This is what the devil do, man.
Everyone is too scared out of their mind to worry about the looting of the treasury, and it's all by design. Yes, time to destroy the credit-based, total mindless consumerism-driven, idiotic global economy. Time to return to the roots, local living, growing, and consumption. Establish state banks so they can locally handle business and housing loans and pension funds and eliminate Wall Street and the Fed.
Man, ain't nothing for you to be established here, man. This place is done, man. You got to read this again. Been bringing it out a lot. Jeremiah 51:7. I'm going to close with this. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain? For if so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. You can read that in Revelation 18th chapter, man. Okay? This place is done, man. Isaiah 47:1 reads, Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Why is it called virgin daughter of Babylon? Because it's never been spoiled in war before. It has never suffered the loss, okay, a total loss through war, rape, rob, murder, and pillaging. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground, there is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Why? Because there's no balm for this pain, man. Okay? And what you're going through, what she going through right now is birth pains, like a woman that's in travail, man.
This was the Atlantis Report.
So yeah, man. Hey, Lord willing, edifying. Gotta give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rikah Korash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, who teach well. And a sincere salutation to all the occupants pushing this truth and believing this truth throughout the four winds of the earth, the entire world, waking up the hopeful elect. And shalom to the Akwafu who are listening and learning, the few sisters who are listening and learning. Lord willing, edifying till next time, I say shalom. Wa abad babal.